Let's go, Artie.
I'm a dog on the beat, bully. I'm a bully, spitter literally. My passenger seat got a bully on. Got a top dollar bitch. Shit 30, and she rich. If you ain't top off, you a bitch. We bout our ends, cut and split. I really cut ends when I split. Barber in the act, I keep a clip. Limbo, this is not a rental. I got hella bitches, need a kennel. I got hella bitches tryna breed. Big dog, nigga, need a leash. Doggy style, I'm a dog out. Single, never been in a doghouse. I'm a big dog, pet me gently. We'll fry your bitch, he Frenchy. Got your bitch in heat, I'm a stud. Your little bitch is weak, look like pud. Bend the lever, air out your bud. Golden retriever, no air bud. Pockets look like big X, but these clippers don't leave no plugs. Look, hey, I'm a dog on the beat, bully on them. I'm a bully spitter, literally. My passenger seat got a bully on it.
Yo, we back again another week. It's the Bully Spittin Podcast. It's your boy Allen with Exquisite Bullies. Let's get it.
Yo, what's the word, man? It's Tony the Professor. New era, let's get it.
Yo, it's your boy Mosey, General Genetics.
Man, that weather got everybody on chill mode.
Nah, for real. That shit got a nigga chill for real.
Like
But we gonna get into it today, man.
For sure.
Fuck the bullshit. You know what I mean? Excuse my language, man. Forget the BS, you know what I'm saying? We really gonna go on and get into it today though. But you know, shit, it's been a long weekend, you know what I'm saying? Lost some
Happy belated
for sure. Yeah, before I get started, man, I just wanna just do a quick shout out, kind of, you know, quick moment of silence for my boy, Darren Burks. He definitely got shot over the weekend, ex police officer, man. Good guy, man. Man, he was a real trooper, man. He definitely earned his crown.
for sure.
Man, it's crazy to see somebody that, you know, that was so loved in the community, you know, doing what he did, and then getting taken out like he got taken out is crazy. So
For sure. Likewise, let me add my boy West to that conversation as well. You know, he passed this weekend on his birthday. So, you know, we got two we're gonna give a moment of silence for. All right, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. So yeah, man, we here, man. Bully Spin Podcast type of time, man. What's good with y'all, man? What's the word? You know, just checking in with the fellas, man. You know, it's been a long week. You know what I'm saying? Just quick rundown.
Another day, another
dollar.
Yeah, you know.
How them crown puppies looking?
Man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. You know how sometimes you try not to look at them too hard?
Yeah.
And then you kind of realize like they made a change.
Yeah.
I've been doing that, and then when I went in there yesterday, I was like, damn, these motherfuckers look different. Like, the girls is like on the boy ass, like they on his ass.
Oh, for real? What you mean?
Yeah, like they just
like look wise.
Yeah, they on his ass. Like they just like I can probably. I don't know. We're gonna see. But the girls is on the boy ass.
So do you feel like you got a stud in there, or do you feel like, you know,
he nice, bro? But you know how how hard I am on males, bro.
Shit, I think that's everybody.
So you know, he a nice dog for sure. Is he gonna be that one? Time will tell. Will tell. But he's nice, regardless if I keep him or if I end up selling him. He's gonna be great for somebody's program. He's a nice dog, bro. But like I said, you know, with a male, especially nowadays, I just understand that it just has to be next level. Like I'll let somebody else have a nice male. You know,
yeah.
I want a next level male.
Now, I want to ask Tony about his truffle dogs, but you just gave me a question, right?
Yeah.
Now, you don't feel like, I don't want to say we talking too much, but you don't want to feel like the way that you putting out as far as he a nice male, but I don't know if he gonna be the one. Do you think that'll deter some buyers because of what you saying?
I mean, if it do, then you just don't know me.
Right,
Like,
right, right.
yeah,
Okay.
If it do, you
Okay.
just don't know me. I done put some fire dogs in people's hands, bro. And it's not just about. It's not about me wanting to keep it all for myself. It's more about what I can use to continue to elevate, and I'm not keeping everything. You get what I'm saying?
Right, right.
You know,
right.
you can't always keep every single thing. So I try to be as strategic as possible, so I don't end up with 100 dogs. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, if the male is, the male is nice. I mean, if the male is what I like, what I'm looking for, that's also another thing you got to take into account. This male may have all the traits that will bless what somebody needs in their camp. And then for me, it could be something that I already got, except in a different color. Or, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like, no, I don't think it. I mean, if it deters somebody, then hey, I don't mind keeping no dog, but
yeah,
you just don't know me.
Yeah, I was just curious because we say a lot of stuff like and I mean the bully community. I mean we say shit like don't buy no male. Start off with a female.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's better off to buy the male.
Now you wondering why everybody can't sell no males.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's real.
Just little stuff like that.
That
was
even like shit. I still tell people that, like, even if I got a male for sale, I still tell them, like, even if somebody, let's say somebody come to me, let's say I got a litter and the dogs are super exotic, and I know this person lifestyle and I know what they're looking for. I'm a straight up tell them, like, nah, these ain't really, this litter is not really what you want.
Mm-hmm.
You want something that's gonna be able to run the hills with you and do all that, and this is not that litter.
Mm-hmm.
I straight up tell them, and I might tell them, you might want to go over here. He got a litter like that right now, or you might want to wait. Maybe somewhere down the line, I might have something like that for you. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that, bro. You got different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Tony, what's up with that truffle litter, man?
Yeah, Tony behind that shit.
And then too, being that you bred to the same dog twice, how you liking the comparison to the first litter and stuff like that?
I think for me right now, it's just kind of getting a feel like, I mean, my dogs are super small. Like, when I say, like, these abnormal small, like I got a dog that's almost going to be going on 5 months, and bro, she still looks like a puppy to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got 2 dogs like that. You know what I'm saying? The other dog look like it's maturing like it's supposed to with its age. And then I got literally like, man, I don't want to use that word, but I got 2 small dogs that are really small, like, and they got all the features that you want.
What word you want to use, Nano?
Yeah.
Okay.
But they're super small, bro. And I ain't jinxing nothing like that, but I just know, like, them dogs, they're different. You know what I'm saying? And shit, like I say, bro, it just come down to just knowing what you got, right? And so, like, you gonna sit still on some stuff for a long time, but you know what you want to move and what you don't want to move. And when I'm looking at these dogs for sure, bro, like they scared. I'm scared to see what they're gonna look like in 4 months.
Yeah.
Like,
Tony done did the same thing. Tony done put some nice ass mail in people's hands.
I gave some pride now, but the problem of it is that when they get the dog, their promo fall off. Like, and it's like, damn, like, bro. And it's like when they this is what I don't like, and I'm gonna say this, and this is, take it how you want to. I hate when I sell a dog that I know was phenomenal or that was a great dog, and then you get the dog and you ask me, hey, how did you promote the dog? The same way that you asking me to promote the dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, post the dog up. Hey, go to the shows with the dog. Hey, do this. Go over and beyond. You know what I'm saying?
There's no blueprint to this shit, bro. People think it's a blueprint. It's like, it's no blueprint, bro.
Or they'll say it's you.
Just do your thing.
Yeah.
Just do your thing, bro.
Yeah, just do you, man. Just do you, dog. Like, I tell everybody, the dog don't make the person make the dog. It's like, You know, the dog don't get to the show by himself. You drive the motherfucker there. You get on the plane with him. You do the from the breeding to the puppies being pulled to the feeding that motherfucker for 5 to 6 months to put them on show banners to put them up to the shows to you doing the work.
You just got to do your own thing.
Like,
bro,
stop thinking.
Only thing the dog doing is showing up.
It's showing up. Like in real time, his ass would be at the house.
Somebody
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody can steal every move that Mosey done used.
And it's still not going to do.
From his promo to, to every show that he done went to every time he done put his dog on the table, whatever dogs he put it next to, stud special, whatever you want to do. You can do everything that Mosey did, and you still won't have the exact same success. You're not guaranteed to have that success that he has doing it his way. That's his way. It worked for Mosey. And you got to do it your way.
For sure. Can I add something to that? And stop thinking that because you have a dope dog that's the end of the work. Or, man, I'm just going to post up on social media and let social media be the judge for my dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I watched a lot of old heads, you know what I'm saying, make money in the dog game, but everybody had a different angle. It's like everybody trying to take the same road. Like, everybody trying to take the same road. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to be different, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I like that you said old heads. I like that you said that.
For sure. Not OGs, just old heads. Guys that been in the game that kind of showed ways. Not necessarily you got to follow them, but shit, Because, bro, the blueprint didn't just show up. You know what I'm saying? It's guys that been doing this prior to us. You know what I'm saying? And now we're moving into their footsteps. But, bro, for sure, bro.
When you say old heads, you mean the guys that was focusing on producing a bloodline.
Yes. You know, a lot of back then, a lot of guys were more focused on programs. They kind of, so this is different between now and then. So then, back then, they had, why people didn't really come to shows because they had too many dogs. Because they had a facility. It had like 10, 15, 20 dogs that they working, cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Majority of people that was breeding, let's say 15 years ago, 10 years ago. Probably shorter than that. We're not trying to get into the details, but they get the point. Now, people trying to come to shows with just one dog and trying to take over a show versus showing, like, you used to go in that home, a nigga used to see a resume.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm coming with one dog.
No, for right now, though.
Right.
For right now. But
some people try to avoid the shows.
Okay.
I am trying to build a program behind the scenes, though, but I'm coming I'm the dude at the show with the same dog every time.
Yeah, but that's cool, though. But in that same conversation, you in the background, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you done had a lot of dogs at one time, right or wrong.
For sure.
Okay, so
I didn't have 20 dogs at one time. For sure.
Okay, so
years.
So you done sold down, you done cut the fat. You say, you know what? Look, I kind of want to focus on this. This is the blood I want to focus on. This is the dog I want to focus on. I want to build females off of this dog.
Off of this one dog.
And now when I pop out my resume, I got this girl, I got this boy, I got this girl, I got this girl, I got in this color, I got in this suit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm back to 20 dogs.
I'm back to 20,
but it's really this dog.
And it's mine, and I can give you a consistent product. But that's what they was on back in the day. When you look at the the 91 West Boys, when you looking at them, a lot of them people, you go look at them old YouTube videos and clips, they all had programs. You pull up to their yard, everybody got 4, 5, 6, 7 different dogs. They got 4 or 5 different studs. They working. You literally pulling up and they showing you dogs like, oh yeah, this is a dog that we bred to this to get this. We working this to get this move. We trying to get more bone off this dog to add to this head. We trying to shorten up the mud. Like, they're giving you the rundown as they go through the dog. Then when they get to the final stud and they say, this is where we at. A lot of homies, you go to their yard, you ain't seeing that. You just seeing like one dog, or if they doing it, some people may say, you know what, I don't want to have that many dogs. I just want to breed selectively and just keep a short stock, but still have the generations behind the dogs. Mm-hmm. Some people are doing that, but with that, she's still getting lost because you don't got enough dogs to keep up with what you're trying to output. You know what I'm saying? And so you still end up being in that rat race of not having enough. But it's it's sticky point.
I don't see people putting them generations behind their dog like
they don't.
Anymore. It's not really respected anymore. Like if you breeding, if you got a stud, your own stud, and it's not a popular stud, and you breeding that within your own yard, you don't get that respect like you used to back in the day.
Nah.
Like that used to be a respectful thing. Like if you could, you producing dogs off your own stud in your yard, and you elevating your program with your own dogs, that used to get a certain type of respect. But now it's like if your dog don't come off a big name stud, people don't respect it. They'll never use it.
Yeah, and that just could becomes because some people don't have a vision. They just have a sense for money. So, and that's not wrong. It's not right, but shit, you know what I'm saying? You get it how you live, but we know how this game go, bro. Longevity is the most consistent outlier every time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I think we just gotta sit still, man. I made a post. I said, bro, dog breeding is an individual sport. You make the last decision. You make the call at the vets.
I don't think it's an individual sport, bro.
What? Why not?
Because I think it can be a team sport.
Shit.
It can be a team sport, but it's definitely individual.
I can take your
so
opinion.
All y'all in the wolf pit, y'all just a big group of individuals.
Nah, because some of us got kennel partners.
Yeah, but y'all all out for self.
Nah, I can't say that. But
that's what an individual is to me. Somebody that's out for self.
But like for instance, I got kennel partners, but Mano's doing Mano.
Mm-hmm.
Mo is doing Mo. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Everything that me and Mano, let's say me and Mano we had 50 dogs. We split them up 25. We got one vision. We got one dog we pushing. Let's say we did everything. We put all our eggs in one basket.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that me and Mano doing, I can do by myself.
Yeah. No, that's true.
You know what I mean?
So
I look at it like Tony said, individual, but it can be a team sport.
Look at it like this. I have this goal. This one of the goals that I have, one of the visions that I have, and it came from when they used to do it back in the day with Macchiato. That Macchiato will be here. You gotta, if you got a stud. Let's say I got a stud here in Dallas, and I'll just go back to when Soji was alive. I got Soji here in Dallas. Breeding Soji a lot locally. You got a lot of Soji kids. Even now, it's a lot of Soji grandkids, blah, 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 all around Dallas. What if I had a partner on the West Coast, or on the East Coast, where I was able to ship Soji over there, let him stay out there for a year or 6 months, and let him do some work, do some damage over there on the West Coast? Because regardless of what people say, you're not shipping out more boxes ever than what you're breeding locally. It just don't happen like that. Like so many people pull up to breed locally. I don't know if people don't trust, the shipping semen, but so many people pull up to breed locally. You probably lose count of the local shit. You probably only count that the shit that you ship out.
Yeah, after so long, you don't count.
Yeah, because the local shit just go crazy sometimes. So imagine if you could do that in one region, then take over another region, like on the West Coast. You send your dog to the West Coast, take over another region, or let's say the East Coast. Boom, take over that region. Like, bro, that means like your dog will literally be everywhere. His blood will really be everywhere.
Well, see,
that's why I kind of like what Buddy got going on, T-Bone, with Devil's Juice, because he got a partner down here.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually letting his partner keep the dog down here for a little bit. So he's gonna do his thing over there on the West. Then he gonna come down here. He's gonna do his thing. And then he gonna go back and continue to do his thing. Now they might, I don't know. Let's just say they decide to add in another partner on in another region. That's
so
I don't know. It's damn near like it could go crazy for business, bro. This shit could explode.
With the team effect, you definitely a win. If everybody got the same,
everybody's solid.
Everybody got the same 1-2.
Yeah.
You definitely a win.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you still can do it individually. You know what I'm saying? I can't ship my dog to California because I live in Texas. You feel what I'm saying? But I still can do everything as far as make money. I can ship boxes out. I can promote my own dog and go to the dog shows. I still can do all of that individually. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. But
but
do you think as an individual, that's what this game has become? But remember when this game was more of a kennel, it was more of a camp thing. it wasn't really a lot of individuals. It used to be kind of out of the norm to be a one-man band. But now that seems like it's more common now.
Nah.
Is it more effective? I wouldn't say so, bro.
I'm gonna say this, and I think I don't want to get out of context with it, is that when I say individual, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're the one with the vision. You're the person that's putting the vision and the dream together. You know what I'm saying? So when I come in the pot and I'm mixing it up and I doing all this, everything that I feel like that you're talking about is after the fact, after we done established that the dog is already here. You know, we already know he gonna do numbers. Cool. That's the easy part. But we're talking about when ain't nobody bought in yet. It's just me and the vet and maybe a couple of guys. Because at the end of the day, you make the last call. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, once we get the stud here and, you know, hey, he hot. Hey, bro, shit, you trying to make some money? Cool. Hey, I'm going to send him up your way. That's a different conversation. That's easy. Anybody can do that. Hey, bro, that hoe hot. Let's bring that hoe down here. We'll co on that. You know, we'll split the profit. That's, you know what I'm saying? But I think when we talking about people that's really in that lab, that's really, coming up, because there's people in the lab right now that's mixing and putting dollars together. And it's just them.
Shit, we all are.
Yeah, we all are.
2-time smash on the way.
2-time smash on the way. 2 times Toro. 2 times, you know what I'm saying? 1 time's Crown. You know what I'm saying? Soldier with on the back end.
You know, we ain't doing that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I got, you know.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, I breed to these dogs, but, you know, I got my... Yeah, I got generations in there, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we all do.
I can't be one of those ones that just be like, oh,
Crown.
This is this. Yeah, this is that. Like,
yeah, you
like,
know,
bro, I work too hard, like too many generations. To just be like, to try to lean on somebody else's back and just be like, oh, this is safari blood, you know, like nah,
for sure. But I was just giving an example, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, people really been working hard, busting their ass, trying to put these dollars together. I think it's crazy too. I'm gonna say this. I think it's crazy when people give up their generations. Like,
what you mean give up?
Just like you said. You know what I'm saying? You've been breeding your blood for, you know, 8 years, and then you go breed to one stud twice, or use the blood that's in demand.
See, I wasn't really talking about like that. I'm talking about as far as what this game has come to on the recognition part. Like, you got people who are just, you know,
so
like for example, when people would call Soji bait blood, it would piss me off.
Yeah.
Like what you mean bait blood? Like, I bred to a bape son once, but all the rest of this shit is inbred bullseye, macchiato, you know, or something off or another bullseye son. So how can it be bait blood? You get what I'm saying? So it's like that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, nowadays, people tend to take the hottest dog in the pedigree and call it that blood.
Shit, that's what that's what everybody doing.
But that's not what it is, though.
I mean, it's not. It's definitely not.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like, you know, when
you get what I'm saying?
No, we get what you're saying. But I just think that the way this community is built, and the way these guys put together, shit. It's
have we came to the death of the bloodline?
Yeah, bro. You got to, bro. If you name some of these dogs,
it feel like it, bro.
If you name some of these dogs that
who got a bloodline?
so-called,
excuse me. Let me ask Alan, because Alan asked this earlier. What is a bloodline?
In 2024.
Oh, in 2024?
Yeah.
Shit.
Hey, if you watch, if you
what's
on the live,
what's a bloodline period? Then we'll talk about 2024.
If you watch the live, you want to say it like this. You want to add in, hit that call in, because we definitely need and want.
But please call in about the bloodline that we asking that. Please do not call in.
If you say something else outside the bloodline, we gonna hit the move on button.
Yeah, we gonna be nice, but we gonna get you up out of here.
Yeah. It's a lot of dogs that ain't a bloodline.
Nah, he said what is.
What is a bloodline?
Oh, what is?
Yeah.
Shit.
Not the 2024 definition, but what's a bloodline?
Shit, it's at least, you know what I'm saying, 5 to 6 generations in. Shit, minimal.
Top and bottom, just the top. It don't matter. Just 5-6 generations straight back.
I mean, 5 generations of you working it consistently out of your yard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have sons, you can have like grandkids that you bring back. You know what I'm saying? Like grandsons that you sold.
On the mom and the dad side.
Yeah, like long as those dogs are or related in some type of form or fashion.
So,
I feel like
that shit has to say Tony Henderson at the top and Tony Henderson at the bottom. 5-6 generations, all the way through.
Your name got to be on there more than at least twice on that motherfucker, man. On that top and the bottom. Like when you breed them dogs, you should be able to tell, like, oh yeah, he had his hands on both sides.
That'd only be 2 generations though. If you just saying how far back on one side you saying?
I'm gonna say for my yard, I went back since about 2016. That's about like 4 or 5 generations, and I've been breeding since 2016, 2017.
But it's on one side.
No, it's both sides.
Nah, so when you go to another stud outside your yard,
Just on,
it got to be one side. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, on one side. So let's say truffle right now, right? So truffle is, would be considered 2 or 3 times Toro, some shit like that.
The only time you would have had it on both sides is when you use Gazoo or something that you produce.
Yeah, I did.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So that would be only one generation on both sides.
Yeah, but the dad that's on Gazoo and truffles, ped is on the other side too as well.
But you ain't produced that dog.
I didn't produce it, but it's already in the ped.
That's what I'm saying.
It's already been worked though.
Is that,
you see what I'm saying?
Is that what you understood it to be?
I get what you're saying, but I don't think that's that.
That is not the true definition. But these are the dogs that I already incorporated in my blood. You know what I'm saying? That I switch all the time. Like I interchange.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just depends on your take.
So some people will tell you that you have to have top and bottom.
You for sure.
You have to produce top and bottom.
But that's
5-6 generations.
I think we was all taught something different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me personally, when I asked in probably 2013, 2012 or something like that, what was a bloodline? I was at a show in Madera, California. I'm at a show. We sitting around talking dogs, and they like, yeah, man, that's his bloodline, la da 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 da. I say, hey, bro, what it take to get a bloodline? Like, how you do that? He said, you got to have 7 generations of your production all the way back, right? And it has to be something that nobody else had cooked up already. So I can't go copy Tony's 7 generations and say that this is my 7 generations, right? It got to be something that nobody cooked up already, and it has to have a look. I wasn't smart enough to ask the top and bottom question, right? So now, in my brain, 7 generations back, I don't care if it's top or bottom, because that's what I was told. Now, like I said, I wasn't smart enough to ask the top or bottom, but I really don't care. If I'm 7 generations all the way back, this is my shit.
Nah, for sure.
Okay.
And that's a tough feat. Like
So
it's really
nah,
tough
for sure.
But look, though,
top and bottom, it's different.
Think about it though.
It got to look. That's me.
Look at it like this too, though. What about the definition of production? Because I was literally on my way over here. I was listening to a live, and they was talking about that, the definition of production, and they were saying if you buy a dog and you breed that dog to another dog, they use the example, that's like putting McDonald's fries with a Burger King burger. That's not your production. You help to create the dog, but it's not your production. How y'all feel about that?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like a dog that you buy is a dog that is it's a tool in a sense. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everything you get off of that dog and that you breed out, then you start work. Now you starting to work your move. You know what I'm saying? Because we hear it all the time. You know, man, I bought this dog, man. I got what I needed. I just kept the productions.
That's what I thought.
You know?
I thought that if you have a female and you breed that dog, no matter who you breed it to, I thought that was your production. So it kind of got me thinking, and when I heard differently, and it kind of makes sense when he used that example, it kind of hit. You know, it was like, okay, you kind of right, because really all you doing is taking something out of Walmart and putting it with Kroger.
No.
Hey, I want to read this real
Not your
quick.
production?
Drip
That's my shit.
Go say the game changed too fast these days to make a bloodline. You really have to stay focused.
Man, for sure. But I think this, bro. I don't care if I took this from Walmart and Target and put it together. This my shit. Who else produced this?
Yeah.
Who name we putting on his papers? I'm gonna
Well,
listen, I buy a dog from Tony, I buy a dog from Allen, then I breed the shit. What I'm gonna put Tony Allen on this motherfucker? Who produced this dog? Tony Allen.
You know, it's crazy.
Then let's say the dog is a fucking reindeer, right?
Nobody want their name.
Allen don't want his name on that. He didn't produce that. Neither did Tony. So who produced it? Then fucking air. Excuse my language. I'm a little, you know what I'm saying? That's my production, bro. What are we talking about?
You can go.
Yeah, what we talking about? That's my production. What is we talking about?
I think a lot of times.
That's how I feel too, bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I feel like if you put the play together, whether you bought the dog or you produced the dog, if you put the play together, that's your production. When I say put the play together, you bought a dog, you went and bred the dog, those puppies. To me, that's your production. I've heard a lot of people say otherwise, though.
So, but then
and I can't argue with them.
But you got to ask that question.
So it's like,
look, ask that question to yourself.
The thing about the bully game is that we don't have a set definition of rules, bro. It's just kind of when you came in, who you came up under, what they believed, you kind of took on those beliefs.
I got a question. So right now we sit there and we ask the question, say, man, you know, we taking on the different beliefs of other people because of how they bred their dogs. What if we sitting here breeding the dogs, right? You know what I'm saying, male or female, stud or no stud, and you know you had a stud yourself, right? Right, Alan?
You had a few studs.
Okay, so but you call them what?
What you mean?
Like what you call them? Like, you know, the kids off of Soldier.
Production. Like you talking about if it's inside my yard?
Nah, once you know they use your stud.
Soldier kids.
Soldier kids.
Yeah.
So now those people that got those soldier kids, do they carry on? No, man, these soldier kids, or do they carry on? This is just John's Kennel Camp, or you know the explicit bully association's blood. Like you know,
you use it to what you do. It's a my benefit to say them soldier kids. So that's why I'm gonna promote it.
Are you asking on the paperwork? Do they say Soji, or do you saying do they say John's explicit? What you saying when you say that?
When they promote it to the public, when they're verbally promoting it, when they're showing it to the world.
So for me, it's of my benefit in the position as the stud owner to say these are soldier kids. In the position, if I was in the position of the producer or the owner of the litter
or the client,
yeah, I would you know, these are still soldier kids, but I'm not trying to lean on the back of them being soldier kids. The dog, I've always been the dog got to stand on his own. So, yeah, like when I show somebody a litter, this is the litter I got. This is off a soldier daughter. This is off a saga daughter. Who the daddy? This dog is the daddy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not, these is two times Dax. I'm trying to use dogs this back so I won't offend anybody. These is 2 times Dax. These is, 5 times Dax. Like, nah, I'm not promoting like that. That's just me.
Okay. I feel you. Yo, who we got on the line?
Well, this Caden John from Family Business Bully Kennel. I was calling in to touch on the subject y'all was talking about.
Okay.
All right. So, the bloodline, right? Do you consider a bloodline when a dog is like 2 times? Like, let's say you bought a stud, right?
Uh-huh.
And you bought another female that matched that pair, or however you do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get that production. Let's say you grab a female like that and you breed her back to the daddy.
Right.
Is that a bloodline?
No.
No.
Nah, that ain't no bloodline. That's just you did a breeding and you got
That's
some
just
production.
kids.
Yeah, you got your
That's
Some
just
production.
that's just 2 times, 3 times, whatever you just said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's all it is. It ain't nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, ain't nothing special about it. Not saying that it's not special.
It's whatever you said though. If you said you 2 times and then took a daughter back to that and took it back, that's 3 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it ain't no bloodline. No.
Yeah, it's not nothing that you.
So
you know
it really ain't no bloodline in this exotic game y'all see.
Right now,
It's really not, bro.
It's not, bro.
It's probably a handful of people that got a bloodline. And when I say
So,
handful,
all right,
maybe we can say Dizzy Camp. Maybe we can say
if
Bull Sachi line.
Yeah.
Maybe we can say
question. You know, I
it's
think
very few, bro.
I think this is a great topic. The reason why is because we got a lot of up and coming studs right now. Which of the upcoming studs right now do y'all feel is a bloodline right now?
None of them.
None. Not one.
Not one.
Not
no.
Salenza, nothing. Not one.
No.
Pockets, XLs, exotics.
I'm not talking about. I don't know that.
I'm just messing around with the
I gotta stay with what I'm familiar with. You know. So as far as the exotics, I don't think there's one.
Not one.
Not one.
It ain't nothing from the Dizzy camps that y'all think.
Nah.
No. Well, he said up and coming.
Maybe up and coming. But
what about holy water?
That's not a bloodline.
Y'all ain't.
Nah. If it was something, it would have definitely. It'd be if there was something a dog that
it would be out
of Dizzy Camp or
so. I think Hulk Smash. I think Hulk Smash. I think Hulk Smash might be one. He a lot of they blood.
Yeah, Hulk Smash.
Or you could
line bread.
Or you could ask the question: is it or is it just certain dogs just having better production?
And then too when you look at some of them pairs, man.
So then I just got a lot of questions. I
think we giving the Dizzy Camp credit because of that. When we looking at them pairs on paper,
you looking like Homicide.
We seeing them dogs match up like that.
Yeah,
But is that paper accurate?
Shit, I don't know because they came from Black Dogs.
I can't say that it's a lie.
Is anybody paper accurate?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So
a lot
with
of
us giving them credit, is
it
really is that the truth? Is that straight up and down like that?
Nah, shit, the truth. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Dizzy Camp?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
They
I just wanted to call in, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Nah, I appreciate you tapping in, man.
Already.
For sure.
They say dogs produce a lot of the same colors, a lot of the same traits. Like for instance,
you think so?
That you get a lot of them platinum or white dogs, whatever you want to call them from them. And I don't care what you breed. You breed two black dogs, you don't get that. 2 white dogs.
They also got a litter like they got a litter like let me think. Avatar, T-Rex. Ain't all them dogs in the same litter?
Yep.
If they
Avatar,
T-Rex, they off the repeat. You know what
Avatar,
I'm saying?
T-Rex, something else. It's about 2 more dogs. And they all kind of look different.
Nah, for real. That shit crazy. But that's what you want though. Like that's what you breed for.
But I'm saying if it was as tight as that paper say, would it happen like that?
That's a good question. I mean, we only time to tell.
Man, I think so. I think when you breeding certain phenotypes, you know what I'm saying, you gonna get certain shit. You know what I mean?
And it's gonna come back in that gene pool.
But and what I do know about the Dizzy blood, bro, you breed them dogs and get you a Dizzy, and Dizzy might be that great grandpa, bro.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Homicide come out that bitch.
And I'm talking about your 2 Dizzy dogs that you breed. You know what I mean? You might do that and get you a Dizzy, but you still get your Hulk Smashes, or you know what I mean? You still get them short, compact dogs with the whatever, but you'll still get your Dizzy that was pseudo.
So, don't nobody get in their feelings about this conversation either, man.
Yeah.
We just talking dogs, man.
I run Dizzy blood, so we ain't, you know what I mean? We ain't doing that.
So what do you say about
talking dogs?
So if Sensei created the look,
what look?
What they say, I'm saying, Head Montana say Sensei created the look. I'm just finna add on to it. If Sensei created the look, right? What dogs created Sensei?
Daredevil.
Now, would it be? I'm just asking a question.
No, that wasn't for you. That was
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So with Daredevil, so wouldn't it be Daredevil bloodline? Would it be something that continue that lineage, or is that just to stop because the name changed? Because people they went crazy for Sensei. Like they said, Sensei, this the $1 million dog, bro. This the creme de la creme.
I don't know. Let's see if the caller can add something to that.
Live with the Bully Spin podcast. Who we got?
Man, this the boys. Who y'all got going?
What's going on, man?
Dogs, man.
Talking dogs, real dog man talk, man.
Hell yeah, now Alan, I want to kind of capitalize off what you said, man. When you have dogs that are that tight, the point of you inbreeding and line breeding is to create consistency. I don't want to inbreed and create 5 different variations of a dog. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
my point of inbreeding and line breeding off of a stud is either I want to produce that stud or I want to produce a stud like that with just more exaggerated features. So when you're doing stuff like that, it kind of has you questioning the integrity of a lot of things. How do you inbreed? Let's keep it real. How do you inbreed and produce a dog like Hawk Smash? It makes no sense. Off of dogs that look like Fat Al, Avatar. They're not small dogs. How do you produce a short, small dog like that? I think there's a lot of, creative work that I have to give them credit for, but I don't think it's, it is questioning like
a lot.
How do you get, if you breed a pit bull to a pit bull, you get a pit bull, right? If you're inbreeding off of a pit bull, you're going to get pit bulls. You're not going to get a Chihuahua. You're not going to get a dog that looks nothing even remotely like its ancestors. So it has you questioning like the integrity of a lot of people's lines.
So
I know if we come on.
Do you believe in a dwarf gene, Daydream?
That's what I was gonna say.
It's real.
I agree with you.
That hoe is real.
I agree with you. I'm with you.
Oh man.
But one thing I just want to add, just kind of for benefit of the doubt purposes, is that when you inbreed, a lot of the time these dogs get smaller too. Like you can.
I need to read something.
I've seen it. Like
inbreeding, the dogs can get smaller. I agree with you. But it's what I will say. The dogs will get smaller over time. It's not like you do one inbreeding and all your puppies will come out smaller because you did that one inbreeding. It takes generations of inbreeding for the dog to come out come out that way.
Or it takes lining up that
if you're inbreeding off of a dog, if you're inbreeding off of dogs that have 4 tails, if you're inbreeding off of dogs that have heavy bone, heavy body, if you're inbreeding off of dogs with big ass heads, you might get a smaller dog, okay, but you still gonna have that same look. That's the whole point of inbreeding. Well, if you're inbreeding on a dog and you're not getting the characteristics that you want, then you're doing it wrong.
Nah, for sure.
I'm not trying to see, and I disagree with Tony said. Well, that's what you want. I don't want 2 different variations. When you go look at T-Rex and you go look at the
two different variations, man.
No. This is what you said. This is what you said. Alan was talking about all the litter mates that came out that litter, right?
Yeah.
So if you look at the litter mates, them dogs look nothing alike. You can literally have one dog and somebody can have the other dog. You wouldn't even know that they even.
They all nice though. They all nice.
They're all nice in their own way.
Yeah.
But they all look remotely different. Okay, let's talk about Reaper and his littermate brother that nobody knows about. You can see the similarities in the dogs.
Oh man, when it comes to Reaper and that papa might be hanging from an airplane.
I'm just trying to bring up something that makes sense to me. That's all I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm not trying to bash nobody. I'm just saying, if we go look at like litter mates or we look at brothers, I'm not saying your litter mates are going to look identical, but when you're inbreeding and line breeding that close and that heavy as they're supposed to be doing, how do you get dogs that look 5 different styles of exotic bullies?
But how do we know that Reaper is inbred?
Say it again?
How do we know that Reaper is inbred?
We came to the conclusion that Reaper is not inbred.
Okay.
And even with him not being inbred,
You know what I mean? And we broke down his real lineage. You know that dog from Cali is Reaper's a real legitimate brother, and you can see the similarities.
What dog from
in the
Cali?
headpiece and the
so
body?
Many dogs in Cali. What dog?
G thing.
G thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talking about Jesse dog?
If you look at G thing, no, not G Shark. G thing. That's his name. G thing, but it's the name dog. He's a blue dog. But if you look at the dog,
the blue dog,
it looks similar. Yeah, that blue dog that I showed you, remember?
Damn.
Hey, Daydream, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
How many? What does it take to create a bloodline? How many generations? Like, what does it take? Your opinion.
When you ask that question, it's kind of a open question where, unfortunately, in this today's world, that goes back to the conversation I was having earlier. When you had a dog like Miyagi, right, and then you have the TBC, everybody was using Miyagi, so everybody based when you was TBC, your base, your program was Miyagi. But now you can be part of my kennel, and we have two totally different dogs. You know what I mean? So it was more organized, and it was more we working with each other back in the day than today. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
so,
for real.
I feel like a lot of people in a lot of programs won't get because how quick this market moves. Because they're already looking for a new crown. How old is Crown? Crown is about 4 years, 4 years old?
Maybe 4 going on 5.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But see,
so he's 4 years old.
4 probably.
But people was okay with being.
So he's 4 years old. So he's been breeding for damn near 3 years. You know what I mean? So with him breeding for 3 years, they're already looking for a new crown. They're looking for a new dog. They're looking for a new everything. And so with the industry moving so quick, it makes it very hard for people to condense their gene pool off of a dog that's not wanted. So if I produce a stud today, right, and his name be Hobo, right, and I have Hobo, and this dog is my vision, right, but no one likes the dog. You know what I mean? So it becomes very discouraging when you're trying to do 3-4 times Hobo directly, seeing how far I can push my blood, because you have to test your blood. So once you start condensing your gene pool off of Hobo, then nobody even going to want this dog. So I'm doing all this work for nobody to even respect it. So it becomes very hard and very, very difficult to inbreed and line breed off a dog, because once you get your generations, that style of dog is no longer even in existence.
So what about the days where when somebody didn't want to breed to your dog, you would make them breed to your dog? You run them to all your dogs, and your productions would make them breed to your dog. What about them days? We done with those days?
You rarely see that happen. I didn't grow up. When I came to the game, excuse my ignorance and excuse my, you know what I mean, my lack of experience, whatever you want to call it. But I didn't. When I came to the game, it wasn't like that. When I came to the game, is okay, my son's available at 10 months and breed to him. You know what I mean? And then you have some people that was working their own stuff, but then eventually you see them, you know what I mean? You see them teeter off, and you know what I mean? The only person I can say that's closest to that is probably Tay-Dove. That's the only breeder I can say right now that's probably closest to, I'm gonna breed my dog and sign my program, and if y'all want it, y'all want it. Type. That's the only person I can really.
I can't even say that, bro, because when we talking about these conversations, like we talking about dogs in their own realm, like in a, you know, Tay-Dove dog, his stuff goes back to Lemon Drop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like we talking about dogs like within their own realm, like.
But I think we don't.
Like somebody may have a bunch of. Let's just talk. Let somebody have a bunch of inbred bullseye. Maybe no popular dog, but you know they breeding their dog and they producing within their own yard, like because they've bred it enough to where they can consider it their blood. and they're running it in their own yard, trying to create their own next level stud, basically. Does that make sense?
No, I understand where you was going with the conversation, and what I said is that that's really not out there no more. And I said the closest thing to that, in my opinion, will be like Tay-Dub, where he got a stud dog, he used it within his program, but he really don't care if anybody outside of his program or anybody else used the dog. You know what I mean? So like, he really wasn't crazy popular. They seen the production and they started, you know, I feel like it brought more people to him. You know what I mean? But what I'm trying to say is that basically that really don't exist anymore.
And he learned how to work that camera. And he learned how to work that camera.
For sure.
Yeah, he learned how to work that camera.
Appreciate you calling in, tapping in. We're going to see if we can get to the bottom of this today. Let's see if we can get some other callers on the line.
We'll get to the bottom of
all of this, the bloodline.
Oh, okay. All right.
Appreciate you, my boy Dream.
Appreciate you. Now he got some valid points, bro. I mean, he got some valid points. It's really no right and wrong in this shit, bro. It's really not, because
it's definitely a right or wrong. We just don't know the answers because everybody is
Why would you say?
Everybody, they trying to chase the same fiddle right now.
Nah, it's definitely a right or wrong. We just we all got half-ass game from everybody else. You
it's
know
a scientific
and it's getting passed down.
Man, we need to go holler at some Yorkie breeders.
It's a scientific right or
wrong. Whenever they created the UKC for the pit bulls or whatever, they had a certain way that they was breeding. They had a certain this is generations. They had a certain guideline that they was following. Now, somewhere in between there, people start reading the handbook and just start going off of what they memorized. You know what I'm saying? Now we got 50 generations down off of people going off of what somebody else halfway told them. Like, I'm telling you what I think. I'm gonna tell everybody what I think. Now, like I told you, I wasn't smart enough to ask him top or bottom. Yeah. So I'm lost on that. So I'm gonna leave that open, and that's gonna be now. Tony's on live telling people what he think. Now he gonna go take whatever I don't give him part of the game, take Tony piece of the game and piece it together, and now he got his own game that he telling people.
And now he piecing his game, and now he gonna give it to them.
Who's to say any of this is right?
Hey, my bad. I have to call back, bro. Mo, that's absolutely incorrect. There's no scientific proof. There's only opinion when it comes to bloodline. But as far as, you know what I mean, like, okay, if you want to talk about scientifically how to create, like how to condense your gene pool or genetics, then yes, there's a scientific way to do it. But as far as bloodline, there's no proof, and there's no way that you go like, okay, this is a bloodline, or everybody has their own opinion. Like, okay, it takes you 3 generations before you can call it your bloodline. But then you have someone like me, you're 3 generations in, but your bloodline don't have a consistent look. So that's always going to be, this conversation is going to be very opinionated.
Thanks for your opinion.
Ain't that what I kind of said? Or no? Or was I saying something different?
You said it was a right or wrong. He created, but he pretty much it's all the same, bro. Like,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's like, I don't think we'll ever get to the bottom of that, bro. I think it's done. Because when I say I think it's done, it's because this game is transition. And we talking about transition from pit bulls to now. These are not pit bulls. But in the transition, there was never let's get back to the table. This is what it is now. You get what I'm saying? There was never an update. Never an update through the transition.
Hey, Black Diamond, if you ain't doing nothing, my bad. If you ain't doing nothing, call in, man.
For sure. I want to hear from Black Diamond for sure. Dog owners. I'm trying to look it up on the scientific tip.
Man, you know, a lot of times it just comes down to you working your yard, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you've been doing this long enough, you can sit in your you can put your yard together in your backyard, bro. You really can. You know, you can add, mess with the few bloods that you need to incorporate, add the 3 or 4, you know what I'm saying, and you can line breed and outcross and mix it in your backyard, and once you get the recipe right, you know what I'm saying? Or you can go buy a stud like Mosey did, and build your program. You know what I'm saying? You know, it takes time building these dogs, man. I want people to stop thinking that this is a 6 to 12 month plan. bro, this is a 5 to 10 year plan. Like, these dogs take time, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? What's good? Who we got?
Well, what's up? This drive with Black Diamond.
What's good, bro?
What it do?
I'm
You
chilling,
have been
bro.
summoned.
I'm chilling, man. Yeah, man. This one of the topics I like, bro. But it hurt a lot of people's feelings because when you think about it, bro, it's just some people might agree, some people might disagree. It's just the new era of breeders, and it's the new era of people that done hopped into the bully game over business. You know what I mean? So when you talk about business and a hobby, the hobby part of you might say, well, look, I want to create my own bloodline. But the business part of you might say, look, I need to do what it takes to make this bread.
Yeah.
You know, so doing what it takes to make the bread, a lot of people say one thing about having a vision, but they really don't, because whatever comes, some people might say, well, I don't know if I breed to crown. I know I need more bone. I know I need more girth. I know I like the fronts, but I know I don't have this female, but what? I'm going to go ahead and just breed to them. Why? Because that's going to make my bread faster. You know what I mean? So if you hopping from stud to stud to stud to stud, you'll never be able to get consistency and really lock in a certain look. Because if I go to this crunch blood, then I come to this crown blood, then I go to this Toro blood, yeah, it'll all make my money, but I'm not going to never come with my own bloodline. So it's like a lot of people don't really, they probably focus on breeding a program, but like a bloodline, man, a new era and generation don't really care about a bloodline.
Nah, they don't. They shit. That bitch. If you gotta have two names on it, man. That's it. That's all. Yeah.
Nah, that's real. Me reading this right here, it's what it's saying is a lot of people don't even have enough dogs to. If this is what I'm reading right now, if this is what
give it to them,
creates a bloodline,
give it to them straight.
It says pick a registered stud and down.
So register ABR, USBR, IBR, IBKC.
Yeah.
GRC.
Whatever. Register.
I'm just trying to get the. Hey, we gotta break it down. You know what I'm saying?
Breed 3 generations of female puppies back to your.
3 generations of females.
3 generations of female puppies back to your original sire.
So that means that the stud that's in your yard, you have to breed 3 of those females back to the stud.
Listen, break the cycle after 3 generations. You should bring in an outside male to breed to the female off the 3rd generation breeding. Keep a female off of that outside breeding. You will breed her back to your original male.
Man, I done did that.
Bro, that's a lot of shit I just named, bro. You ain't did all of that.
I done did that recipe. I done bred.
You found that on Google?
Yeah. Google. That's Google.
I ain't finna walk through my recipe, but forget all that. But I did that, bro. I swear to God, I did.
Bro, that's a lot what I just named, Tony. Listen,
bro.
It sounds small, but listen to what I just said.
So look, hear me out.
You got original. Listen, you have to start with 2 dogs first, though.
For sure.
Breed 3 generations of female puppies to the original stud. After that, you break the cycle and bring in an outside male. Breed a female. No, breed to the female. Yeah, breed the outside male to the female off the 3rd generation breeding. Keep a female off that outside breeding and breed her back to the original male, the first male. That's like,
and then they like saying that's a bloodline.
Years. Yeah, that's like 6 years of breeding. Bro.
That's 6 years.
Black Diamond, what you think about what Google said?
That's 6 years. Easy.
What I think about who?
What Google just said.
Yeah, there's some Google shit.
That's the thing. Like with these dogs and these exotics, bro. Google that can't tell you what goes on with these dogs, bro. They could only give you like a road path to take. But bro, with these exotics, just like the vets, bro, you could take your exotic dog to the vet, and they'll just give you something that they done went to school with. And not knowing that we done mix these dogs up so much, bro. It's about experience, bro.
For sure.
You know, like some of my dogs, and it takes time. So, you know, I have some dogs on my yard with like 12 times, you know, my name on it that I done mixed up. But once again, this breeding and the business of the exotics done came so accelerated into people not trying to take that much time. You know, people looking for the quick money and the dog, sadly to say, because some of us really have passion and like we really love mixing it up and we really love doing this. Yeah. You know, but if you notice, a lot of people that, you know, we get on social media and boast and try to show that we really love these dogs, but they weeding themselves out because a lot of people that's getting out, oh, I need a break and this and that. Man, certain things, man, we can't live without cleaning up shit. You know, it just became a part of us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, for sure.
So when I see that with certain people, it'd be like, you know.
Now, you weren't there for the long haul.
Right. And I saw some people say the game is changing so fast, and that's why you got to keep up, bro. Certain characteristics, I don't care. Like I remember the era of the super small dog. I never really was into like a super small dog. So like I can't accept somebody saying the game changed so fast. That's why, because certain things I'm standing on business I'm not changing in my program, like bone, body, girth. Like certain things, I don't care how small you go. I don't care if they go to like the little mini no bone dog that's looking like a Chihuahua is making $1 million. Like certain things I just can't get with.
Let's say
you know what I mean.
Get into a situation.
It's not your vision.
I want to get into a situation because I'm in that situation right now, man. I got a small dogs, man. I got them. They here. They're in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm sitting here like, what's next? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you ask yourself, you know, like you say, you know, we say we breed for our programs, and I'm in a situation where I promise you, unless my stud dog is something that is very unique, I might have to really outsource this motherfucker because she's so small. You know what I'm saying? So I want to ask you, Black Diamond, if you had a small female in your program, what would your next move be?
All right. Now when I say small, I mean by the beginning. If anybody remember the beginning, like the first beginning where Micro wasn't even a name, where Gooch had came out, and it was just a small. Like I saw it, the dog looked like a little Chihuahua, but it was small. It didn't have nothing, like no bone, no gravy, just like a little small dog. Now, what I mean by small, I don't care how small it is. If it look like a little gorilla walking through, I like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I got.
So when you run into just having like a small dog but have all the characteristics to it, bro, so now you done created a masterpiece where now you could take it to damn near anything that carry a certain gene that you want to interpret into your program.
Yeah.
So like if you have a small boned up super girl and she's that small, you know, the only bad thing is now, let's keep it real. We know that it'd be hard for them dogs to carry their puppies for a term. That's why a lot of them super small be passing away.
Yeah.
So that's the only catch-22 to that. But when you done mixed up your vision and your masterpiece, you small, bone, everything you have, you know, that's a masterpiece. To now, I just could take it to damn near anything I want that's throwing my characteristics that'll get me to the next level.
For sure. That's a good game. That's a good game, man. I hope y'all people paying attention, man.
Some of these small dogs, and I kind of got a look in my head, and I feel like that's the same look you was talking about. But I could be assuming things. But some of these small dogs, it's like a walking. I call it walking hydrocephalus.
Yeah.
Is that the look you talking about?
Nah, I'm not look.
As far as too small.
You know, certain people will say certain things about not being too small. My characteristics of something that I don't want that's too small is when it lack. Say for instance, somebody will pass up a real nice dog They have all the features you want, but they'll pass it up because, damn, man, look at this dog. He's just super, super small. Don't have no bone, no girth, no nothing.
Yeah.
It's just super, super small. And this is just my vision, because certain people be like, man, I don't care about all that. I just want a small dog, and I done seen it happen before.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, it's just certain things that I'm not gonna pass up, and not to try to sound boastful. It's different when you so far into your yard as well, because on my yard where I'm at, I might could pass up a certain thing because I know how my dogs is bred. Because like I said, I'm probably like 8-9 generations on certain females and stuff in my yard, so I could pass up this super, super small dog. Say for instance, I have a female that lack the bone and the girth, but I know they have everything else. I know it's bred into my blood.
Yeah,
for sure.
Man, that's some good shit, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that. I like that perception, because it's, you know, as you start breeding, bro, and you start analyzing what you're doing, you know, you start getting real subjective with yourself, like, you know, what you want it to look like, how you want it to come out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know, like, even with Piggy, man, I was so like, I need the perfect fucking dog right now. You know what I'm saying? But when you get your dogs, you know, he's like, all right, now we here. What we do next? So it's all about knowing, you know, looking at that drawing board and just, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, breeding is collaborative effort. You know, you talk to different people, you hear different opinions, and then you come down, you make the last decision, because you the CEO of what's going to happen next. You know, regardless if it's right or wrong. You know what I'm saying? So like I say, man, it's just always good to sit back and hear different opinions, hear different thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, the thing about breeding is experience. You know, a lot of people have more experience than you, or, you know, they've been down that road before. So it's always good to ask and see what some people have done and haven't done. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hey, Black Diamond, before we get off the phone, man, I just want to let everybody know, man, this the number one.
Yeah, number one.
The number one.
He's the guy.
Breeder in the Louisiana in the boot. Excuse me. I'm gonna call it the boot. I ain't gonna even say Louisiana in the boot. You know what I'm saying?
I'm from Louisiana.
How they say it? Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
I can tell, bro, not from the city.
He's the producer of a lot of bone, a lot of girth, a lot of nice dogs. He's also a fellow Wolf Pit member.
For sure.
Yeah, man, he one of the greats, man.
He one of them breeders that's really breeding for real, man.
That's really breeding for real.
And you might not hear him. You might not hear his name thrown out there like it should be, but he really be breeding.
No, Black Diamond, he definitely been moving, man. You know,
and it ain't just him. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. For sure.
I appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it, bro. The whole team. You know, I got Ace, a couple of guys on my team, bro. Just you know, we just love doing it, bro. You know, it's just, once again, you know, people call me an OG. I've been doing it. It's just the love of breeding, bro. And like I said, I don't watch the game, none change. So, you know, we just stay in our lane. Certain things we try to stay out of. People be like, hey, man, the internet, la, la, la. It's like, bro, you rarely find stuff like this where you could really get that and talk without all the drama and stuff, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I got a question for you, man. What was your greatest moments in this? You know what I'm saying, breeding dogs in over your time. What was one of those the most memorable moments for you?
I honestly, bro, is right now. I'm not gonna even lie to you. One of my goals was to get my blood out on a pedigree to make like a stamp in a dog game, you know. So when I first sold Fat L, people was like, man, you crazy, la la la, this and that. But man, how the dog game is, you have to do what you have to do to make chess moves, you know, to get your name out there, you know. Yeah. So that was one of the good things. And then like we say, how certain characteristics pop out. Then, you know, when Fat Joe was born, if you look at Fat Joe looked like a split image of Lil Bill on a Slick, which is the same blood.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know?
Yeah.
So
boy been in the
lab. In the game, one of my things was to mix my blood, take my time, follow my vision, do my breedings to build my program, so so my blood could get out there. So now it's like one of the best things is just looking around everywhere and just seeing, all right, this dog is off of this. All right, my bloodline in this pedigree 5 times. All right, this dog off of that. Yeah, my bloodline in this pedigree 5 times. So that's like one of the things that I always wanted to stamp in a bully game. It wasn't about being recognized. It wasn't about being this big time internet. I just like breeding, bro, and I just wanted to see my bloodline get across the
and get the
get across
recognition.
the bully scene.
Yeah, I think it's
Hey, Let me ask you a quick question, because I've been playing with this for about 2-3 weeks. I didn't ask a couple people. I might have asked y'all too, but when it come to selling the dog when it come to selling the dog, you got one person got 15,000, right? He just average Joe. And then you got another person said he got 10,000, right? But he gonna push your blood. He gonna promote it. He gonna do what it's supposed to do. Who do you sell the dog to?
I'm going with 10.
Honestly, bro, this might sound crazy. Once again, if people know me, this me, man. Some people is not worth to have your blood in their hands, depending on how you want to move. So. With that being said, bro, you have to make a decision that best fits your situation, because maybe they have somebody that goes somewhere and you be like, damn, I thought they was gonna do something. So to me, bro, it's all about the character and a person hustle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because somebody could have 20,000 followers right now, but if you put this dog in his hustler hand, if he hitting all these shows, he don't have to have nobody. If he hitting all these shows and doing the right thing, shoot, he might blow up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but once again, how the internet is right now, it's all about who the spotlight is on at that moment, and you have to take advantage of that moment for that moment.
For sure.
Yeah.
So if you can, you still waiting on his answer, huh?
Yeah.
All right,
I got it, though.
So look, give me the main question. Give me the main question again.
Basically, 10,000 to somebody gonna promote your production, heavy, or 15,000
to Joe Blow down the street. Might leave in the backyard.
Nah. Give me that 10 easy. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Give me that 10 easy.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah,
because that 10 can turn into 100 down the line, versus that 15 may just be that extra 5 right now.
Is it outright? Is it co-owned? Like, what is this 10K? Is this?
Nah, I'm just outright. We talking outright prices. Yeah, we talking about this your dog. I see you later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that 10K. No ifs, ands, or buts. That 5, that 10K could be like you said, could be life changing in the right person's hand. Which that 15, he'll have the dog for a pet. That's a superstar.
Right.
And that's just all around business, bro. Every business does it, and different forms of fashion.
Or Dak, Dak trying to get his money right now too.
You got a producer. They make music. They may charge, Joe
Dak
Blow
take a
down the
discount?
street a certain price, but the hottest rapper come to them to get that beat, they might give him a little bit of a better price, knowing he about to go crazy on it, and he gonna take him to that next level.
Yeah, man. I wanna. That shit gonna be wild, man. I think, and I'm really kind of stuck right now, because I feel what you're saying, and I feel this 15K, and I feel the 10K, and it's straight out. Man, that's tough.
It ain't that tough to me, bro.
It ain't that tough. And that's why I say 10 and 15, because 10 and 20 is 2 different things.
That 5
you feel what I'm saying?
That 5 ain't gonna make
10
or
and
break
15,
you, bro.
yeah.
That 5 ain't gonna make or break you. You'd rather, me personally, I'd rather have that person that I know is going to take that dog out to shows. Everybody gonna be like, damn, where you get that dog at? And they gonna put that dog on different platforms. Oh, that's the dog you got from Allen. Okay. Alan, what you got over there for me, man?
I got that.
But
drop.
once again, in his dog game is about making deals and the best decision. Because if you think about it, even if you say 10 and 20, you know, if you was gonna say 10 and 20, you do better saying, all right, bro, give me 10 and 5-star credits, because I know he gonna do the work, put the work in. Not with them 5-star credits. If he blow the dog up, now you're gonna make that 10 other 10 plus more back.
Yeah, for shit show. Yes, sir.
And maybe produce your next up and come off of it.
Right.
Yeah. I got a question for you, Black. Do you feel that there's gonna be a new wave of dog coming soon, or do you feel like we gonna be in this same? You know, because I feel like, you know, I've been in it for a while myself.
What you talking, style or bloodline, Tony? When you say that,
I'm talking. I don't want it. I was gonna say more so style. I say style. Do you feel that the style gonna change? Do you feel that, you know, people gonna lean more? I mean, because, you know, if we say this now, that dog more of a complete dog, right? This, because I feel like we got to go somewhere. I mean, where are we gonna go?
I mean, man, I think my bad.
Honestly, I think the dog game is somewhat like Jordans. You know, them Space Jams will come out and come back around. They'll still be hot, then come back around.
Yeah.
But with the exotic game, it's like pushing it to the limit, bro. With dog is more compact. You know, if they have a crown, you know, if you compact a crown up a little bit more and throw a chocolate tri-suit on them, that dog gonna run for another 5 years because it's in the right person's hand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then boom, if you throw a little more bone and girth on them, boom. If you know, so I'm gonna say just certain kennels. I always told my partners this: certain kennels is gonna always be on top. You gonna interstate could take them a break, come back. You gonna see them get them a little hot run. George gone right now. If he decide to apologize for some stuff that was happening and he said and come back, everybody gonna be back on his bandwagon no matter what he come out with.
Yeah.
So you have that certain percentage that's gonna always be on top, you know. But far as the dogs go, man, it's just like pushing it to the limit of a standard. Whatever we like a compact dog. If they could make this certain hot dog more compact, boom, that dog gonna have another little run. So I say that to say the certain percentage in this dog game gonna always be on top. That's why I tell everybody, bro, just worry. Look at the game, how it's going, and interpret that unique style into your vision of your program. But don't sacrifice certain things that you stay in business on.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I tell people it's never a rush. You know what I'm saying?
Just do you.
It's not just do you, bro. You can use the only rush it is that you pray that the dog is still around. It ain't sold overseas or whatever. But if I got a vision to incorporate a dog into my program, I don't got to use it this year, next year. It could be 3 years from now. But you might have everybody using it right now. But I got to wait till the right time for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's still some dogs out right now that I done seen they probably slowing down now. But I'm like, I know if I get the opportunity, I'm still going back to use them.
You know, it's crazy, man.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I have people that I think like last week start reaching out to me. It's like, hey, bro, you still on Gazoo? I'm like, yeah, bro, I need to use him. Like, oh, okay, yeah, he's still here, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's a real thing. Like, it's like with anything, the window always come back. You know, it always spin the block for whatever fucking reason, or why, a dog leave out of demand, why he shouldn't or should. You know, it's crazy because, every dog got his own unique look and what he creates. It's all about what you bring to the table to impact his development or his stardom. You know what I'm saying? If my boy Allen would have used my boy Gazoo, man,
look at him trying to put it on me now. If you would have used my boy Soji, man,
we just.
If you would have used my boy General Smash,
I'm using General.
You would have got a Skittle pack.
I'm using General.
Skittle pack.
I just can't take General to no Brindle.
Appreciate you, Black Diamond, man. Before we get you out of here, I got one last thing. This I just out of curiosity, I be trying to see where people head at. If we have a show, you're gonna be in the building there for sure, right?
Man, you already know, man. Just let me know ahead of time. Yes, indeed. I'm in there.
All right, man. You know, I just got to keep people accountable just in case we ever decide to.
Is the Bully Spittin podcast?
Man, it's recorded on YouTube, man.
Yeah, that's why I did that. we might be hollering at you in about a year or two, man.
Man, I'm there. Y'all know I'm in the game for the long haul, so I'm gonna be there, bro.
All right, for sure. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we need to get to it.
For sure, man. Y'all take it easy, man. Thanks for having me, bro.
Appreciate you, Black.
All right.
Diamond in the bitter. Yeah, man.
So it's been a dope conversation today, man.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't even talk about the shit we said we was gonna talk about. We just been running it.
Nah, for sure.
What we say we was gonna talk about?
Kong buying Swisher Sweet.
Fuck off. Nah, I'm not saying like forget that.
Kong did buy Swisher Sweet back.
Nah, he co-owned them back.
Yeah, so you know.
Where
y'all think that land for the people who have snake eye credits? That's a good alternative.
That's a good alternative.
I want to say this.
It's better than Rocket.
Can I play devil's advocate a little bit?
Yeah.
I feel like his partner really wasn't getting no more motion with him, so he picked him up and just.
It happens.
Yeah.
That's possible, but then too. And we talking dogs, bro. I ain't knocking nobody dogs, but for you to go from a sensei to a Rocket, that ain't what your fan base really.
Nah, they want extreme.
They want a Swisher Sweet compared to a Rocket.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They got a tail. It's more complete. It's more of what you've been pushing over the last years. It's more of what made you. You. You know what I'm saying? So,
that was just a.
I think it's a win for him. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
It's probably a win for other dude too, because like you said, he probably wasn't having no motion with him.
Yeah, I think when you cause shit, that's what the dogs we fell in love with. Like, seeing Sensei at the Jamboree and you know what I'm saying, seeing him go on that phenomenal run, bro was selling fucking 40 packs. Like, fuck, like niggas, homies was tripping. Like
every dog was
40K. Like,
yeah.
I was
40.
It was
first pick 65.
Sensei had that
75K. Homie bought a store with it. like on the real shit. So. But when you look at it, you know what I'm saying? That's what made him who he was. And then you switched over, try to do this little other shit. That really, probably still did great, but not what Sensei did. Sensei, shit, nigga was booked.
Nah, I think he was finna do better than Sensei. I think Snake Eyes was gonna do better than Sensei.
Yeah, Sensei was gonna be. Sensei probably would be him right now.
Yeah.
If he had produced, he might have been the most. I don't know. It'd probably been him and American Boy neck and neck.
Yeah, because he had
George
use him.
But you know, Stack.
Did Kenny use him?
But I'm gonna say this.
He had a few.
I don't know.
He had a lot of.
Kong gonna stick to the price.
I know my boy Jay Black got one of his last breedings. That's what I do know, and they looking like something.
Oh, Jay Black put up over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jay Black got some shit. Stop
Snake
playing.
Eyes?
Sneaky motherfucker, man. Jay Black.
Yeah, he got some shit, man.
Yeah.
Y'all some little smooth criminals over there, boy.
How old is? Some young puppies.
He had like one of the last breedings. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Sneaky.
What they looking like?
They look good. He might got one for sale. It's gonna cost somebody though, but he might got one for sale.
Female?
You gotta tile at him. I don't remember.
Okay,
I think so. I think so though.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's a lot like
They ain't
try.
lie to you, man. I feel like,
and
man,
I think it's a lot like try.
Yeah, I feel like, man, I ended up selling one of my doper dogs again, man. I just don't get this. I don't get this dog. Like,
You say you sold one of your doper dogs?
Yeah, man. I feel like
I heard you got a problem doing that.
Yeah, bro. So the dog Nightmare.
I think you need to just sit and wait on your dogs, bro.
You too impatient.
Niggas say you too impatient
every time.
Yeah,
bro.
like I sold Nightmare, man, and I'm like, damn,
Tony, it's gonna be there, bro. You know how many people that hit me up trying to get one of these puppies? Bro, no,
Tony be trying to get that motherfucker.
Wait,
bro.
You gotta wait, bro. You have to make sure you make the right decision, bro.
Man, that shit crazy to me, bro.
Because ain't nothing worse.
I ain't gonna lie.
Ain't nothing worse.
If one of them had to go, it had to be her. I don't care what she look like right now. I don't care. Them other two?
Yeah.
You still got some nice shit.
Non-negotiables.
The worst shit. The worst shit is you doing a breeding, you pulling up to a show with that person who got the little mate, and that little mate crushing your shit. Crushing your shit ain't worth shit no more. That's the worst shit. Nigga popping this shit on you with your own shit.
Hey, look, I was looking at the puppy the other day. I was like, damn. Yeah, bro. Like, man, that was sweet in the bitch. Like, damn, bro. What the fuck? Because, you know, dogs.
You be too in a rush, bro. You got to wait till about
But I should have known it when I posted,
bro.
When I posted the picture.
There might be king puppies. There might not be snake eye puppies, J Black guy, bro. There might be king puppies.
Okay. That's still the same.
That's still
quality.
I think them is king puppies. I'm tripping.
Oh, okay.
Smoke another one.
Damn.
Yeah.
It is. But shit, I got a mail coming, so you know what I'm saying, we're gonna sit back and cross our legs and, you know, dot our eyes, you know, so we'll see what's up.
Nah, for sure.
But I seen some shit out over that she got a male, she got a female over there, bro. Like this breeding shit real.
Yeah,
I don't care what nobody say.
When we was having that, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say when we was having that conversation just a little bit with Black Diamond, I meant to say it made me think about something, and I was like, in my mind, I was thinking like how everybody's saying or how you hear a lot, the game is changing and the game is doing this, the game is doing that, and when I really sit back, unbiased and evaluate, this is probably the steadiest the game has actually been in a while, bro.
What you mean by that? What's steady?
Like when I say steady, as far as
you can't sell nobody anything.
The quality of dogs, the look of dog.
What people want it.
Think about when we were kind of transitioning to a more exotic dog. You had some dogs that look like bulldogs with no tails. You had some that looked like, you know, some that came out cleaner. Some had a nice mix in between. Maybe had no tail and a tail. It was a point in time where some people bullies look like pugs in the face.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like if you look at the bully game overall as a whole, and the looks, it's kind of steady right now. Versus, I would say the Frenchie world is maybe where we were a few years ago. You know, they add they sauce right now. They add they sauce. So you got all these different looks over there in the Frenchie world.
You see that crazy flutal?
Man, I like all them shits. I ain't gonna lie to you. They all look crazy.
I got a big rope at the house.
I'm happy I'm not saying I'm happy, but I like that they creating over there. You know what I'm saying?
I like the flutal.
I like all that shit.
I got a nice little big rope boy at the house. I'm about to sell him, but he hard though.
Yeah,
he hard rope.
I don't want to really own one. I just like looking at them.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
like I would own one though. Don't get it twisted. I definitely would take one, but I'm not seeking one. But I like it all. You know,
if I can get my hands on the flutal.
No, you ain't gonna like. I don't like them. I like breeding them. They cool.
Yeah,
but after about 2 months, time for y'all to go. I'm gonna find co-homes or something. Y'all got to get up out of here though.
As long as you know they kind of on the smaller side. As long as you don't give me that that shit.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. Yeah, they do that.
That's what they do.
Yo, bullies, you know they gonna bark. They gonna give you a dry bark.
Yeah, I stopped that shit, bro. I got an old school trick for that.
What you do?
Man, nah, man. Hey, let me put you on game, bro. But you got to be consistent. If you're not consistent, shit ain't gonna work, bro. Get your spray bottle, bro. Fill it up with water. Every time the dog bark, you don't want it to bark. It's not supposed to bark. Spray it in the face with water. Just one spray. Do it again. You got to come back and spray. That's the consistent part. Because if the dog barking and you don't get up and spray it, then it's over with.
Oh yeah, you wanna know how consistent I am?
So you got to do that for probably about 2 weeks.
You know what I am?
What?
I go get that shot collar. I'm consistent on that button.
I'm afraid of them shot collars, bro. I ain't gonna
bow.
For real?
As soon as you bow, bow. I'm in the bed 3 a.m. Bow.
I thought about getting one, bro, because bro, I got one female, bro. She just terrorized shit, bro. She be fucking with every other female, like, and she just terrorized shit. So I thought about getting a shot collar for her, bro.
Shit, I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you, hey man, that don't work.
I don't got that much trust in them.
What don't work is that goddamn little thing that say the dog noise to make dogs stay quiet. It makes those like a little beep noise. Yeah,
nah.
That shit work. None of that work. Even the collars that it's a bark collar. When it bark, it's gonna go up. Man, yeah, that don't work either. You got to get the one with the button.
Yeah.
And it turn up and down. You got to get that one. You know what I'm saying? But don't get it. I got one shot collar for all my dogs, bro. So
you rotate it.
Nah, just who tripping today? Oh, I see what type. Like Smash? Oh, I see what type of time you on. Hold on, it's 10:30 and you in here barking.
That boy said we about to get canceled.
Colin.
Nah, they said easy at PetSmart.
Yeah, nah, for sure. This is pet safe.
Yeah.
These is pet safe.
Nah, PetSmart, they do have them. PetSmart.
That's what. Nah, I bought mine Tractor Supply. But
yeah, but they do have them.
Yeah, that's the. Come on, man. This ain't no homemade. We ain't get this in the middle of the garage.
Nah, for sure.
Then help me say Tony Dogs is not phased by a shot caller. Yeah, them hoes be turned.
Yeah, Tony Dogs run him, bro.
Nah, Dogs don't run that shit. Ain't no time when
Hey, Robert McCormick, man, I'm going to go and get at you before we get out of here, man. I heard you begin to walk down all over the internet. No, I'm just playing. No, I'm just playing.
He's about to get on live and talk about you.
No, I'm just playing, man. But I did hear somebody say that you got a dog that's a transgender named Mr. or Mrs. Blueberry or something like that.
Mr. Blueberry.
His dog Mr. Blueberry.
Yeah, man. Hey, that's
girl
too.
dog?
Hey, Robert.
A girl. Hold on. You said a what?
A girl dog.
That's what you would think by a dog named Blueberry, right?
Hey.
Even though I called it Mr. Blueberry, you still asked was it a girl dog?
Man,
it's
you got to
crazy.
call them blue balls or something,
Blue
man.
balls,
That's too sweet, man.
Hey, remember that dog called
Ball sack.
Ball
Hey,
sack.
man. Shout out Mike Wins, K-Town. We gone.
For sure.
Let's go, Artie.
I'm a dog on the beat, bully. I'm a bully, spitter literally. My passenger seat got a bully on. Got a top dollar bitch. Shit 30, and she rich. If you ain't top off, you a bitch. We bout our ends, cut and split. I really cut ends when I split. Barber in the act, I keep a clip. Limbo, this is not a rental. I got hella bitches, need a kennel. I got hella bitches trying to breed. Big dog, nigga, need a leash. Doggy style, I'm a dog out. Single, never been in a dog house. I'm a big dog, pet me gently. We'll fry your bitch, he Frenchy. Got your bitch in heat, I'm a stud. Your little bitch is weak, look like pud. Bend the lever and run your bud. Golden retriever,